I'm Liyana Hassanel, and this is Nightline. The top stories. Malaysia must address US tariff issue cautiously with moderate approach, says Prime Minister. And fires continue to burn as Iran probes deadly explosion at key port. Good morning. Malaysia must continue to adopt a moderate approach in its international relations, particularly with the United States, to safeguard economic stability and the welfare of its people. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said that although Washington has delayed the implementation of the retaliatory tariffs, Malaysia continues to remain vigilant about the potential effects on its economy.
Ekspor kita 60% ke Amerika Syarikat. 140 bilion ringgit lebih. Jadi sebab itu hubungan antarabangsa dengan Amerika Syarikat dengan negara lain harus kekal, sederhana supaya jangan menjejaskan kehidupan rakyat, pekerjaan mereka dan pertumbuhan ekonomi.
Anwar said this at the 2025 Madani Aidilfitri celebration for Perlis held in Kangar on Sunday. He added that neighboring countries such as Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam and Indonesia are also facing greater pressure from the tariffs. Taking a proactive step, the government has sent 2 senior ministers to Washington to negotiate directly with US President Donald Trump's administration. Parliament will also convene a special sitting on May 5th to discuss the next course of action. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim has conveyed his well wishes on Sunday to all personnel of the Royal Malaysian Navy, RMN, in conjunction with its 91st anniversary. As the Supreme Commander of the Malaysian Armed Forces, His Majesty also conveyed his appreciation to the veterans and all those who have served in the Navy. In a post on his official Facebook account, Sultan Ibrahim expressed his deepest appreciation for the service, dedication, and sacrifices of all RMN personnel and veterans in safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and security. The King also paid tribute to those who have passed away and prayed that they may be placed among the righteous and the martyrs. In line with the celebration, which carries the theme Mighty RMN, Sovereignty Preserved, Sultan Ibrahim also prayed for the Navy to continue to thrive as a force respected on the international stage. The Federal Court will decide on Monday whether to grant the Attorney General's Chambers, AGC, leave to appeal against Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib Razak's bid for a judicial review of his house arrest order. The purported addendum order is said to have been consented to by the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong, permitting the former Prime Minister to serve the remainder of his prison sentence under house arrest. The decision on the leave application will be made by a 3-member panel of the Federal Court, chaired by the Chief Judge of Malaya, Datuk Seri Hasnah Muhammad Hashim, sitting alongside Datuk Zabariah Muhammad Yusof and Datuk Hanifah Farikullah. If leave is granted, the Federal Court will hear 7 legal questions, which involve matters of public interest that have not previously been heard or decided by the country's highest court. However, if the leave application is dismissed, the judicial review proceedings concerning the addendum order will proceed to be heard at the High Court. On January 6th, the Court of Appeal allowed Najib's appeal to initiate judicial review proceedings in the High Court. The former Pekan Member of Parliament is seeking an order to compel the government or 6 other parties to respond to and verify the existence of the addendum order. Najib has been serving his sentence in Kajang Prison since August 23, 2022, after being convicted of misappropriating 42 million ringgit belonging to SRC International Sdn Bhd. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, will summon several individuals in connection with the 15 million ringgit procurement contract for the maintenance of the Command, Control, Communication and Computer Integration C4I system. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki, when contacted on Sunday, stated that their statements will be recorded to assist investigations into the false claims case.
Dijangka beberapa saksi akan dipanggil, terutama sekali daripada pihak syarikat dan juga daripada Kementerian Dalam Negeri dan juga daripada PDRM, yang mana isu-isu berkaitan perolehan adalah menjadi keutamaan untuk kami untuk melihat bagaimana perolehan itu dibuat.
Azam also confirmed that another police officer holding the rank of superintendent has been arrested by the MACC and remanded until this Friday on suspicion of receiving bribes in connection to the project, which is worth 70 million ringgit. Searches were also conducted at the suspect's office and residence in Semenyih, Selangor, in efforts to uncover documents related to the alleged bribe payments. Previously, it was reported that 6 people, including a company director, a chief financial officer, and 2 police officers, were arrested over their alleged involvement in the false claims related to the same contract. The graft buster has also frozen several bank accounts containing more than 7 million ringgit, believed to be linked to the case. In Selangor, 70 heads of households affected by the gas pipeline fire in Putra Heights, Subang Jaya have received 3 months' worth of rental assistance. State Housing and Culture Committee Chairman Datuk Borhan Aman Shah stated that the aid amounting to 2,000 ringgit per month was disbursed directly into the victims' bank accounts by the Selangor Housing and Property Board (LPHS).
Arahan daripada Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Menteri Besar, kita terus masuk ke dalam akaun mereka, iaitu sebanyak 3 bulan. Jadi 6,000 terus.
Speaking at an event in Sepang on Sunday, Borhan said that the number of aid recipients is expected to increase next week as the distribution process is being carried out by various parties. Previously, Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Amiruddin Shari stated that 396 heads of households affected by the Putra Heights fire are eligible to receive rental assistance for 6 months. The fire on April 1st wrecked 81 houses, with structural damage exceeding 40%. Another 81 houses were partially damaged, 57 affected but not burnt, while 218 homes, including those in Kampung Tengah, Puchong, were not impacted. In Kedah, an unidentified infectious disease has caused 39 people, including secondary school students and staff, to fall ill. The affected individuals were among 763 students and staff members from a school in Kuala Muda who had attended a private training camp in Yan. State Housing, Local Government and Health Committee Chairman Mansoor Zakaria, who confirmed the matter on Sunday, said that all 39 participants developed symptoms of fever, cough and rash after returning from the camp and required medical treatment. He added that the students are being treated at the Sultan Abdul Halim Hospital in Sungai Petani and are in stable condition. The State Health Department has also been informed of the incident and investigations are ongoing to determine its cause. So far, there have been no reports of residents from nearby Kampung Seto, Kampung Pau, Kampung Aceh or Kampung Perigi contracting any illness. The camp operator also stated that no other visitors or staff had displayed similar symptoms. Maintaining a healthy marriage in today's society has become increasingly challenging, particularly with the rapid advancements in technology. While the marital bond remains a cornerstone of many people's lives, various pressures, often subtle at first, can gradually erode the connection between couples. Nightline's Muhammad Nadir Asfar reports.
Divorce has become a significant issue in Malaysia, with various factors contributing to the breakdown of marriages. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, a total of 57,835 divorce cases were filed in 2023. Data from the National Population and Family Development Board Malaysia, LPPKN, cites several factors contributing to divorces among Malaysians, namely a lack of understanding between spouses, followed by infidelity and interference from in-laws. Another factor slowly tearing marriages is phone addiction. Dr. Adnan Omar, psychologist and chairman of the Malaysia Organisation of Psycho-Spiritual Wellbeing, PKPM, believes that an unhealthy fixation on mobile phones is driving married couples apart by replacing the emotional intimacy that should exist between husbands and wives.
And as a coping mechanism, some people turn to an easy target called internet. And these days, it makes it so easy to reach that so-called coping mechanism rather than, going to friends. People don't want, of course, to tell their loved ones.
He also offered advice on how spouses can overcome this challenge together and strengthen their marital bond.
If you do find an issue, okay, don't wait too long. Resolve it right away and be honest with each other. I know temptations is great in the phone right now. It's very easy, quick.
Members of the public also shared their opinions on the matter.
Terlalu melampau lah macam tu kan, sampai tinggal abaikan isteri. Memang betul boleh jadi macam tu kan. Kadang-kadang tu bila terlalu wife tanya asyik gitu je kan, tanya suatu soalan tak jawab lagi, dua patah tak jawab, ni 2 kali tak jawab lagi, 3 kali tak jawab lagi. Tu kadang-kadang macam melampau lah kan.
Perlu juga cek, kena tahu jugalah dia punya kenalan dia, surrounding dia kawan dengan siapa kan. Perlu tahu, bukanlah tak perlu ambil tahu, tapi trust tu pun kena ada jugalah. Tapi janganlah sampai terlalu percaya pun tak boleh juga.
Itu sama juga macam kita train kepada anak-anak kita. Kita kena bagi masa jugalah kepada, kita kena cakap spend time kepada pasangan lah. Dan kadang kita main media sosial boleh, cuma berpada-pada lah.
In a world where our phones connect us to everything, they can also disconnect us from the ones who matter most. True connections begin when we start putting down our phones and seeing each other once again. I'm Muhammad Nadir Asfar for Nightline TV3.
The government will develop kanaf cultivation and its related industry to be on par with palm oil, rubber and cocoa as part of efforts to strengthen the national economy. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani said these 3 commodities have helped position Malaysia as one of the world's leading exporters.
Jadi saya dah bagi beberapa cadangan kepada lembaga kenal untuk melihat bagaimana kita ambil contoh kelapa sawit, getah dan koko, macam mana mereka ni boleh berjaya menjadi satu komoditi, menjadi pengeksport kepada negara.
Johari said this after officiating the National Kanaf and Tobacco Board 2025 Appreciation Ceremony in Kota Baru, Kelantan on Sunday. He also expressed confidence that the kanaf industry can be developed, provided it has a complete ecosystem, including sufficient land, processing facilities, and clear product targets. The government is also drafting a 5-year roadmap for the industry, which includes engaging with kanaf exporting countries to study the crop's processing methods and related industries. Currently, the total kanaf cultivation area across the country stands at around 1,600 hectares, which is considered low. Driver arrested after intentionally ramming motorcyclist. This and more when we come back.
Macam nak tengok video penuh, saksikan video muzik Raya Pop-Pop ditonton. Pop-Pop! Hai Pop!
Kalau kita sama-sama, tak ada siapa berani hadap kita.
Extraordinary. Kalau korang peminat Syukriyaya, korang kena tengok cerita ni. Dia tak pernah perform macam ni, guys.
Kalau korang nak tengok movie yang another level, korang boleh tengok Blood Brothers.
Bertaraf antarabangsa, dan kalau ada Oscar dekat Malaysia ni, cerita ni patut menang filem terbaik Oscar.
Tak boleh nak selesa nak duduk tu sebab memang full of action.
1000/10.
Dia abang aku, guys. Haris suruh aku apa?
Macam nak tengok video penuh, saksikan video muzik Raya Pop-Pop ditonton. Pop-Pop! Hai Pop!
Lebuh Raya jadi markas lumba mat rempit.
Kesalahan apa yang kau buat? Ini fly. Jauh-jauh. Tak sampai sekilo.
Motosikal diubah suai, nyawa dipertaruhkan di setiap pusingan.
Tak sayang nyawa tu, orang ramai dah mati. Nyawa boleh kita beli kat kedai spare part. Tak boleh beli kat kedai spare part, kita sayanglah nyawa kita.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Welcome back. Selangor police have arrested a man for deliberately running over a motorcyclist following an altercation in Klang. The 37-year-old suspect was apprehended at about 1:15 a.m. on Sunday and has 4 prior criminal records. South Klang Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Ramli Kasa said the incident occurred at 10:20 p.m. on Saturday in Taman Sentosa when the 50-year-old motorcyclist was avoiding uneven surfaces on the road. This caused the 37-year-old suspect to believe that the victim was riding recklessly and could potentially cause an accident. The suspect then honked at the victim, who responded by chasing after the suspect's car, leading to an argument between them. The situation escalated when the victim struck the suspect's front windscreen with his helmet, causing it to crack. The suspect then drove his car into the victim, causing injuries to both legs and a dislocated left shoulder. The victim is currently receiving treatment at the Tengku Ampuan Rahimah Hospital and is reported to be in stable condition. The suspect has been remanded for 4 days until April 30th to assist investigations under the Penal Code for attempted murder. In Sarawak, a civil servant was among 6 individuals remanded on Sunday in connection with a shooting case in Kuching early on Saturday morning. The suspects, aged between 26 and 45, were issued the remand order by Kuching High Court Assistant Registrar Heng Yi Min, following an application by the police to assist their investigations into the murder case. 3 of the suspects who were traveling in the same car with the victim were given a 4-day remand order, while the remaining suspects, who were in a separate car and are suspected of firing the shots, were placed under a 7-day remand starting Monday. In the 5:30 a.m. incident, the 34-year-old victim was a passenger in a car traveling along Jalan Stephen Yong when he was fatally struck by 2 gunshots, one to his head and another to his right arm. Police were alerted to the incident after 2 of the victim's friends brought him to the Batu Kawa police station. Authorities then subsequently arrested the suspects at different locations and seized a car, along with a pistol and 10 rounds of ammunition. Police have recorded statements from 5 individuals to assist in the investigation into the deaths of a 53-year-old woman and her 25-year-old nephew in Semenyih, Selangor. The bodies of the 2 victims, believed to have been dead for more than a week, were discovered in the living room of the woman's house on Saturday. In a statement on Sunday, Kajang Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Nazron Abdul Yusuf said the 5 witnesses comprised neighbours and the victim's family members, adding that several others would also be called for questioning on Monday. He also said that no arrests have been made so far. The bodies were discovered after police forced entry into the house after family members lodged a report, stating that the 2 victims had not been seen for nearly 10 days. Meanwhile, initial investigations revealed no signs of intrusion, with the house's door locked from the inside, and a post-mortem conducted on the bodies revealed asphyxiation as the cause of death. Police are now awaiting laboratory results to obtain a more accurate estimate of the victim's time of death. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for murder. Nine killed after car drives through street festival. The details when Nightline returns.
Macam tengok video penuh, saksikan video muzik Raya Pop-Pop ditonton. Pop-Pop. Hai Pop.
Kalau kita sama-sama, tak ada siapa berani hadap kita.
Saya rasa ini filem Syafiq Yusof yang terbaik setakat ni.
Plot twist dia. Menarik. Dalam Malaysia belum pernah lagi kau nampak cerita yang letup Banyak, memang banyak.
They have a lot of metaphor in this movie. Brothers sentiasa ada belakang brothers. 70,000 per 10 lah.
Banyak per 10, 50 per 10.
Dia abang aku, guys. Habis suruh aku apa?
Kita nak pop, pop, pop. Meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop, pop.
Sekarang kan tengah musim hujan dan banjir. Jika anda tidak mampu menyelamatkan masa banjir, carilah bantuan daripada pihak yang pakar dalam kerja menyelamat. Jangan bahayakan diri anda. Fikir sebelum bertindak. Anda mampu menyelamatkan nyawa.
Kita nak pop, pop, pop. Meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop, pop.
Tekad ni kan eksklusif, tak ramai orang biasa yang pakai tu. Cuma golongan bangsawan je. Macam mana kita nak naikkan taraf tekad ni? Setanding dengan batik, songkek kan?
Paling mencabarlah frame yang bersaiz 2x3 meter. Semua mengatakan tidak. Bila dekat saya kata kenapa tidak? Yang uniknya larva BSF ni compared to lalat-lalat lain ialah saiz dia masa larva yang agak besar dan juga kebolehan dia untuk makan dengan sangat laju dan sangat banyak. Dia boleh makan 4 kali ganda berat badan dia sendiri, bermaksud lebih banyaklah sisa makanan yang boleh diurai.
We're back with news on the foreign front. Fires were still blazing on Sunday after a massive explosion tore through Iran's largest commercial port a day earlier, killing at least 28 people and wounding 800 others. The blast occurred on Saturday at Shahid Rajai port in southern Iran. The port's customs office said that the explosion likely resulted from a fire that broke out at the hazardous and chemical materials storage depot. According to reports, what exploded was sodium perchlorate, which is a major ingredient in solid fuel for missiles. Meanwhile, local media gave an updated toll on Sunday of 25 people killed, as well as about 800 others injured. And with choking smoke and air pollution spreading throughout the area, all schools and offices have been ordered to close to allow authorities to focus on the emergency effort. In Canada, at least 9 people were killed and multiple others were injured when a driver plowed a car into a crowd at a Filipino street festival on Saturday. Vancouver police said they had arrested a 30-year-old man at the scene during the mass casualty investigation, but did not immediately give the number of fatalities nor injured. The incident happened shortly after 8 p.m. as members of the Filipino community gathered to celebrate Lapu-Lapu Day. The motive has yet to be determined, but police are confident it is not an act of terrorism. Earlier, it was reported that the incident occurred when a black vehicle was driving erratically in the area of the festival, just before the crowd was struck. At a midnight press conference, police said that the suspect was known to them, but did not elaborate on the connection, as the man was initially taken into custody by people at the scene. Troops from Pakistan and India exchanged fire in disputed Kashmir for a third night in a row on Sunday, as relations between the nuclear-armed rivals plunged to their lowest level in years. According to the Indian military, there had been unprovoked firing of small arms initiated by Pakistan along the line of control separating the countries. Pakistan, however, has yet to confirm the latest exchange of fire. The tensions arose after gunmen carried out the worst attack on civilians in the Muslim-majority Kashmir. Pakistan has since denied any involvement, calling attempts to link Pakistan to the attack frivolous, vowing to respond to any Indian action. Islamabad has also called for a neutral investigation into the killings and said the government is willing to cooperate in the process. South Korea's main liberal opposition party on Sunday tapped its former leader, Lee Jae-myung, as presidential candidate in the upcoming June 3rd vote. The Democratic Party said Lee has won nearly 90% of the votes cast during the party's primary that ended Sunday, defeating 2 competitors. Lee, who lost by the slimmest margin in the country's history when he ran against Yoon in the 2022 presidential election, is now the clear favorite to win the election. Meanwhile, the Conservatives have a wide-open presidential field, and the ruling People Power Party plans to confirm its candidate through a primary in May. Switching to sports now, athletics, the 2025 Tiger Track Classic. National sprinter Azim Fahmi posted a season best of 10.28 seconds to win his 100 meters heat in Auburn, the United States on Saturday. Representing Auburn University, Azim improved on his season best time of 10.33 seconds, which he had previously set at the Florida Relays Athletics Championship on April 19th. Brody Buffington of Georgia clocked 10.29 seconds to finish second, and Micah Larry, also of Georgia, was third after recording 10.32 seconds. Azim, who holds the national 100 meters record of 10.09 seconds, is aiming to qualify for the World Championships in Tokyo in September. To qualify, he needs to clock 10 seconds flat. Moving on to squash. Malaysia's national players continued their strong run as all three reached the finals of two tournaments on Saturday. Asian champion SC Vasanggari produced a sensational performance to stun world number 6 Team Gillis of Belgium and book her spot in the final of the 2025 Grasshopper Cup in Zurich, Switzerland. The world number 11 battled to a thrilling 13-11, 7-11, 11-8, 15-13 semi-final victory in 53 minutes. World number 1 Nuran Gohar awaits her in the final. In a separate tournament, Rachel Arnold and Ng Ain Yo delivered impressive performances to secure their places in the final of the 2025 Squash on Fire Open in Washington, D.C. In the women's event, Rachel upset top seed Rowan Ellerby in the semi-finals, winning 3-11, 11-6, 12-10, 6-11, 11-7. The fourth seed will face home favorite Amanda Sabi in the final. In the men's category, the tournament's second seed Ian Yo defeated unseeded Kareem Al-Turki of Egypt 11-5, 11-4, 11-6 to set up a clash with top seed Marwan El-Shorbaji of England for the title. Turning to football, the AFC Asian Champions League elite. Al Nassr ensured all three Saudi Pro League sides reached the semi-finals as Stefano Pioli's side handed Yokohama F. Marinos a 4-1 defeat on Saturday. Al Nassr went ahead just before the half-hour mark after Marinos defender Thomas Deng deflected Sadio Mane's cross onto the post, allowing John Duran to score from the rebound. Mane added the second 4 minutes later when he latched onto Otavio's through ball before beating goalkeeper Park Il-gu at its near post. Cristiano Ronaldo then made it 3-0 in the 38th minute when he tapped in on the rebound from Marcelo Brozovic's saved shot before Duran capitalized on another defensive error to score his second 4 minutes after the restart. Marinos managed to pull one back in the 53rd minute when Kota Watanabe completed an intricate move with an assured finish from Anderson Lope's layoff. With the result, Pioli's men will take on either Kawasaki Frontale or Al Sadd in the semi-final on Wednesday. Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as hundreds of riders in their finest tweeds and antique bikes return to the streets of London for the annual Tweed Run cycling event. With that, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and be well, Malaysia.